So what's new? A metal stick for $30 and a goofy haircut. Let's go, baby. This is TinoBear back with another lesson. This time it's Scotty's Line by Jarrad Wright, I think. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So the song is standard tuning, but the frequency is 430, and you can put on your tuner and check it out so you can sound the same as the original. The song goes like this. It has a couple of parts. A couple of times there is this riff. Which is basically putting your middle finger on the second fret of the G string and your point finger on the first fret of the B string. And it starts by playing together the open A and the open high E string, just like that. Then goes down to B on the first fret and G on the second. Then you repeat only the open high E, the first fret of the B, and the second fret of the G. So, and you repeat it for a couple of times. Which is, I think, around 7 times. Together with the first one, around 8. Then, you play that same thing that we just played. This time, we start by playing not only the open A and the open high E, but we add our ring finger on the second fret of the G. And we play it together with our thumb, along with the A. Together with the high E. You see? So together it sounds like. Again, 8 times in total. Next up, we start the same thing, but this time we play it 4 times. Then we put our ring finger on the low E on the 3rd fret. We release our point finger and play together the low E together with the high E. And we go down. So. And on the 4th time, we release our middle finger from the G and we put our fingers in a D-shaped chord. So and we play together open D together with the high E down to the 3rd fret of the B. So, and again down to the D. So after this, we put our pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. We play it and we pull it off to the 2nd fret. So then we play the B on the 3rd fret, back to the high E on the 2nd fret, back to the B, down to the the G on the 2nd fret, which we play and pull off. So I think there is a little filler here, which you play right after the pull off, but you can listen in depth the song. So and then you go back to our original shape and we play together the open A with the high E open, down, then we repeat high E, B, G, two times in total, and we put our pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E, and we play B on the 1st fret to open high E, back to B, and we play 2 times the G. So now I'm not playing it in the original tempo. You can just speed it up when you're ready and when you feel like you got the technique down. So, playing it together from the beginning, without the intro that I mentioned. So let's say we start the song from the beginning. You start a bit quietly and you build it up eventually. Until here, We call this the intro. After this comes the real part. You play this thing twice, the whole thing that I just played, but there is a slight difference in how do I explain it? So let's play the next part, which is almost the same. And here, instead of going just with the high E, the B and the G, you have to go together with the low E. So that means you're gradually adding some notes. So and the other part is the same. We move on to the next part, which is a little bit different. What I mean is, it starts the same, but here we add the open A again. So you see, then we go to our previous shape and we play it like the last time with a low E, but this time there is something else. I'll show you exactly what is the difference and then I'll explain. So and on the second time we play them together, the low and the high E, down to the B, to an open G. Excuse me, an open D. So exactly with that rhythm. So we go to the D chord, and instead of pulling it off, we just play it and we go up to the strings. So and after this we pull it off quickly. You see? And here you have to release your point finger and play open G. And then you go to your beloved beginning. And you just end the part playing it more and more quietly. And you can end the fourth time with an accent. So because the next part starts right after this. So let's repeat the whole part. After this, we start again like before with an open A and open high E. But this time we go B, G, B, and we repeat. So after this, we release our point finger and we put our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, and we play together the open B and the low E on the 3rd fret, followed by open D or there might be a G, and after that the open D. You can listen. I think there is a, you see, there's some kind of a rhythm. I think it's played like that. So together the low E and the open B, followed by G on the 2nd fret to open D, to low E and high E together, to open B, to 2nd fret of the G again. So we go to our D shape chord again. Down to the B and the G, then pulling off on the 3rd fret of the high E. Then we go to the B, G, and back to the B. And we go to our beloved once again beginning, which is this time played with an open A and B on the 1st fret instead of high E. So then we go down to G, open D, and high E. So the whole part again. The next part goes like this. So it has some kind of a rhythm, which is together the open A with the open high E, to B and G, followed by high E. So to a B again. This is how it ends. Then you put directly your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E and you play it together with the open B. Down to a G and an open D. Then we go back to our favorite D shape. To an open G, like the last time. Then we play together open A with our B on the 1st fret, just like before. We go down again to the G, to the open D, and this time instead of going only with the high E, we go together with the open A, the B on the 1st fret, and the open high E. So the whole part. So the next part is almost identical, but on the end it changes. So this is how it goes. We have a pull off here. Instead of going directly to an open G, we have a pull off. Then we again Then again, we go back to our open A together with the B on the first fret. Then we go down to a G, and then we go up, or we go to the higher strings. So to a G, back to a B, to an open high E. So let's play the whole part again. And here we have our outro, let's call it, which is keeping your fingers here on the second fret of the G and on the first fret of the B. And then we put our pinky here on the third fret of the high E. We play them together, the B and the high E. And we pull off the high E. So after this, we put our pinky on the third fret of the B. So, and we play it, and then we release it to the first fret, and we play it together with the high E again. So to B on the first fret again, to the G, back to the B, to a pull off on the third fret of the high E, back to the third fret of the B, to an open A, to an open E, followed by the first fret of the B again, down to the G. Then we put our ring finger on the third fret of the low E, playing together the low E with the open B, followed by G and D. Then we go to our D chord position, we play a whole chord, followed by second fret of the high E, to third fret of the B, to a pull off on the third fret to the second of the high E, down to the B and the G. So then we release and finish off with A minor chord. And then you can continue silently playing. Something like that. Well, let's hope this video was well explained, because it was kind of rough in some places and the rhythm is really strange, which is a good thing in some way, but it wasn't very easy. And I must say that I didn't really play the song and I didn't cover it in the same rhythm as Jarrad did. So yeah, you can just listen to the song and try to figure out the tempo. Although it sounds to me like it's just an improv and it's just somebody playing the guitar, which is more than great. But yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for being with me. What do you know, we reached another 100 subscribers on top of the last 1,000, which is great. Thank you all for being here, for waiting, and for putting up more lessons that you want me to do. I hope that I can continue doing them more frequently. And see you in the next one. Bye.